It's been a booming few years for transatlantic air travel, but Virgin Atlantic is raising a red flag. After finally climbing out of years of financial turbulence, the airline is now warning that U.S. demand for Europe-bound flights may be on shaky ground. So, what's happening with one of the world's most valuable aviation markets? Let's take a look for today's video. Over the past several years, transatlantic travel has seen extraordinary demand. American travelers have consistently flocked to European destinations in large numbers, making this one of the most profitable corridors for international airlines. But despite this sustained appetite, Virgin Atlantic, one of the UK's most prominent long-haul carriers, is signaling a potential change on the horizon. According to a new report from the Financial Times, the airline has seen early indicators that U.S. demand may be starting to slow. Now, Virgin Atlantic is no stranger to challenges. The London-based airline has had a rough financial run for quite some time. In fact, the last time it recorded a profit was back in 2016, well before the COVID-19 pandemic sent shockwaves through global aviation. During the pandemic, Virgin had to take on significant debt after being denied government support. Unlike some of its peers, the recovery has been slow and uphill. Fast forward to 2024, and Virgin Atlantic has finally reported an operating profit, a major milestone. But the celebration may be short-lived. The airline's chief financial officer, Ollie Byers, started to see some signals that U.S. demand had been slowing. We think that is quite a natural reaction to general consumer uncertainty. That uncertainty could be tied to a shifting economic outlook, including inflationary pressures, fluctuating travel budgets, and evolving work-leisure dynamics. And while Virgin's observations might be early stage, they echo broader concerns being felt across the aviation sector. Interestingly, major U.S. carriers have also reported slowdowns, although mostly on the domestic side of things. According to their latest earnings updates, there's been a drop in demand for flights within the U.S., but most executives claim that international demand, especially for Europe, remains strong, at least for now. European heavyweights like Lufthansa, Air France-KLM, and International Airlines Group are keeping a close eye on the numbers, but they haven't yet seen a material decline in bookings from the U.S. So, why does this matter so much? The transatlantic market isn't just important, it's critical. Some estimates suggest that more than half of European carriers' earnings come from U.S.-Europe routes. A perfect example of the variety and importance of this route is Turkish Airlines' Istanbul to Los Angeles flight. Clocking in at 14 hours and 10 minutes, it's one of the longest scheduled transatlantic flights this summer. Compare that to flights like London to New York, which can be as short as 6 hours depending on tailwinds. But it's not just the big airlines that would feel the pain from a demand slowdown. Smaller players in the transatlantic game could be hit even harder. Take La Compagnie, for instance, a boutique French airline that operates just 2 premium-only routes between Newark and Paris-Milan using the Airbus A321neo. JetBlue, another narrow-body operator across the Atlantic, is also heavily reliant on these routes to boost its international profile. Even mid-tier European airlines like SS and Aer Lingus could find themselves under pressure if demand softens. There's no doubt that airlines across both continents are preparing for every scenario, but for Virgin Atlantic specifically, this slowdown couldn't come at a worse time. What do you think? Will Americans start cutting back on international travel this year, or is this a false alarm? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you.